Some women in the US military fighting the enemy isn't their only battle. Figures from the US government suggest 1 in 3 female soldiers have been sexually assaulted within the ranks. The number of reported cases is on the rise, and some victims are speaking out in the hope more will be done to combat the problem. Marina Portnaya reports.
Soldiers step into war facing the dangers of combat together, never imagining the enemy would be standing by their side all along.
I was sexually assaulted.
So he held me down and I was raped.
Startling figures straight from the U.S. government show 1 out of 3 women soldiers are sexually assaulted in the military. Rape in the Ranks, The Enemy Within documents the stories of female soldiers turned victims at the hands of their fellow U.S. comrades.
I left shaking, going, what the hell just happened?
Filmmaker Mercedes Gallego says sex crimes in the military are common practice because attackers rarely face investigation.
Commanders don't encourage the women to come forward, or the opposite. They pretty much tell them to move on with their life, that it won't be good for their careers, and they made them feel guilty, and some of them have even been prosecuted for coming forward and reporting it.
Women account for 15% of U.S. military personnel. Many studies indicate they are 4 times as likely to be raped when deployed in war zones.
Sexual assault in the military is a problem that is only getting worse. According to the U.S. Pentagon, the number of cases to be reported in Iraq and Afghanistan in the past year have increased 26%. But that figure is only based upon the victims who actually come forward.
In 2004, Army Staff Sergeant Sandra Lee was sent to Iraq, rebuilding schools and fighting insurgents. During her tour, she says a senior officer raped her twice, but she never reported the crime.
I had a job to do. I didn't have time or the mental capability to even deal with something like that. When you're in the position that I was in and the job that I was doing, you're on alert 24/7. If I had allowed myself to think about it, deal with it, I don't think I would have been able to make it.
The soldier with 8 years' experience now speaks publicly about her assault as she battles veterans and military officials over medical assistance.
The Army thinks that I am worth nothing, but at this point, I don't even care. I'm so tired of fighting, trying to just live my life as normally as possible, that I just can't fight this one more thing.
The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs declined RT's interview request, writing, quote, "I am not authorized to provide subject matter experts for foreign press." Lee says the Army is trying to boot her out with a less than honorable discharge after requesting a transfer off the battlefield. Countless other faces are fighting the issue in court, a conflict between those who once faced combat together. Marina Portnaya, RT, New York.